Brittany Renner let men decide her worth, and now those men are telling her she's worthless. Never let men decide your worth. I am here. Welcome to the channel. Let's watch this clip and I'll be back for further commentary.
Yeah, I recently moved to Mississippi because I was in LA and was dating a bozo, moved to Atlanta with him, and then left the bozo because he was a bozo. Oh, it's been so hard rebuilding my life financially. I have double the responsibility, not really half the help, and move back to Mississippi. And my goal is to move back to LA, of course. People just don't wake up and stop loving people.
Damn.
There was another clip going around of Brittany Renner in a car totally crashing out, but it was kinda long so I didn't want to use it. But in the short clip that we just watched, she pretty much explained that she's having a hard time financially because she doesn't have a man. She's not in a relationship. She was in a relationship with some guy. She moved from LA to Atlanta in that relationship. Didn't end up working out. And we know that she was married, I believe, last year or the beginning of this year to the rapper Kevin Gates, and that didn't work out either. So she ended up moving back to her home state of Mississippi, and she has said that eventually she wants to move back to LA. Brittany went wrong by thinking that she can use her looks to get men to do right and to get them to stay with her. Brittany has been using her pretty looks for men when she should have been using it to make money. Before she ever came to LA, she should have been on social media and making sure that she gets brand deals or endorsements. Then she should have moved to LA, kicked up her social media game, became a fitness model, and also used her looks to maybe rap or act. I could have seen her being in a Tyler Perry movie. But instead, it seems like she just used her looks to be in relationships with men like plenty women do. This is why I have said I don't understand the way that women talk about pretty privilege online. Basically, women describe pretty privilege as you getting lots of attention from men. And in my opinion, I can't see that being pretty privilege. I think if you believe you have some kind of privilege based on your looks, you should use that to get into high spaces and places and make some money. Wasting your looks on men is a losing deal. I saw that Brittany was worth about $3 million, but it still seems like she's struggling financially and had to move out of LA because she couldn't afford it. When I looked at how she got to be worth $3 million, I did see some endorsement deals. She's been on reality TV, but one of the main ways she makes her money is basically from her child support payment, so again from a man. And just because that's her net worth, if you don't have much money coming in, then that $3 million is going to dwindle quickly, especially because it seems like she lives beyond her means. What she's going through right now is basically she as a pretty woman is realizing that after so long, no matter what you look like, we women all become some form of old news to men. Now the same men that were always calling her pretty are now talking about her and saying that she's hit the wall. That is why she's crying and breaking down, because she's realizing that she wasted her looks on men, which is a complete waste of time. I do feel really bad for her because it is very hard for pretty women when they don't understand the nature of men, and then they realize that eventually men will move on and you'll just become old news. That is very hard for a lot of pretty women, and sometimes just women in general, to deal with. I kinda look at her as a video vixen kind of woman. And we all know that eventually those women have to move on in life and do something else because they become old news like we all do to men. So again, when we discuss pretty privilege, it has absolutely nothing to do with men at all. Again, if you think that you are a beautiful woman, you need to use that to go out here and really make some money. There are women who get that and they understand that, and they go out there and they make their money and they set themselves up to win. But I think far too many women use their pretty privilege to get men. Then those relationships or marriages don't work out, and in the end, those women come out on the losing end. But I think we're gonna see plenty more crash outs from Brittany because she's really gonna be going through it in the next couple years. Now, do I believe that she can get another wealthy man? Yes, she can, but it will be more like a Z-list rapper or actor. She could also very well get an older entrepreneur type of guy. But the more C-list men that she was with are going to move on to the other younger women who look like her. But there are women in the industry who are really not that talented and they use their looks to make money. I think I'll make a video on that. So I'm not saying that Brittany can't get a guy at all, because again, she's pretty, so she will always be able to get a guy. But the same men who used to praise her are now bashing her, and this is why we do not let men give us our self-esteem or our self-worth, because eventually they will turn on us. Hopefully, she figures it out, but sadly, I don't think she will. Let me know what you think about this topic. Thank you for watching. Bye.